These foods will not grow you. This processed junk that, you know what, does taste pretty delicious. This isn't going to be the building blocks for you turning into a mass monster. So guys, hope everyone's well. Today I'm going to do a short little video about foods that I'm currently eating that will grow you. So we've seen all the shit that isn't going to serve a good purpose. Now we're going to show the stuff. So we're going to get straight into some protein bits and pieces here. So protein here, obviously, if you are finding your appetite's quite hard and finding it hard to get your food in, chicken mince. Easier way of doing it. But if your appetite's good, chicken breast. Nice basis, easy peasy to get in. An easy way of getting some protein in from whole foods. Now, if you're trying to get some protein in and also get some fats in, obviously look at some poly and monos, get some omegas. Salmon is really, really good. This is the Costco stuff you can see. Currently, I don't actually have any salmon in my diet, but my wife does, as we're trying to make sure that we get her fats, as it's really important for females to get fats in, as some of you will know. If you're trying to grow, red meat, beef is king. So we're obviously getting some saturated fats in from this, which is pretty important because obviously it does promote visceral fat. It's going to allow us to help store some hormones there. Does serve us a nice purpose. We don't need a huge amount of this, but beef is king, and you know what? It's fucking delicious. An easy way of getting it in as well is using the mince over using like steak, something like that, which is usually quite heavy, especially when you're doing quite high amounts. It can be pretty hard to get down. Stop! Stop what you're doing! Shut the fuck up! Put that drink down. Like the video, comment below, and make sure you share. Also, subscribe. Last one bit of protein source, we've got eggs and egg whites. Egg whites, just no yolks, we've got no fats from there. Usually you're going to more see this when you're dieting, but Sasan does actually have me doing a few egg whites to top up my protein with my first meal of the day, because I have whole eggs. And if you're in the UK at the minute, this is like fucking rocking all shit. Yes, we got them from Asda, which is very far away because I need my eggs. Fats and protein going in, really nice. And also, you can't beat eggs on toast. Carb sources. We need to make sure we're putting those carbs in. Carbs, when it comes down to your foods, really what's going to dictate, with protein as well, is what's going to digest well. That's going to be key because everyone can eat a lot of food. We can consume a load and eat a lot of fucking shitty calories and get them down and be like, yeah, we're getting massive. But is your body actually uptaking the nutrients? And that's important. That's going to be down to your digestion. Why after your Christmas meal, your belly's all bloated, you're on the shitter all morning, and it's horrible. Yeah, because your body's not fucking uptaking that nutrient. You know, your digestion's wankered. Cream of rice, complete strength. Code Josh10 if you want to get yourself some cream of rice. Cream of rice is super popular at the minute. It digests so easy, and also you get some pretty banging flavours. I mean, I don't know about you, but chocolate salted caramel. What do you think, Ben?
Not for me, mate.
What? Get the fuck out. What are you talking about? What? Oh, you don't like chocolate?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That is a banging flavour. It's tremendous. It tastes fucking fire. So, you know what? Really easy to go in. You can sit down, get it down, but you may be wondering, just cream of rice, Josh? No. We want some savoury things. What's going to dictate that? It's going to be my digestion. So what can you digest? Bread has been demonised for years.
Eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
You must have heard it. People are like, bread's bad for you. Bread makes you fat. No, it doesn't. It's a carbohydrate source. I tell you what, though, if you can't digest it, avoid it. If you can digest it, bosh.
Bosh.
Get that down with you. You've all seen my full day of eating. I have 7 slices of toast with my first meal on a high day. Yes, 7.
7.
And it's tremendous. Toast goes beautiful with your eggs and egg whites. Another one, bagels. Trying to pack a bit more of a punch per slice of the toast. I think it's about 16 grams of carb here. This one, you know, we've got 42 grams of carb per bagel. Yes, now we're talking. We've got some meaty carbs going in. Put a couple of those chicken breasts in there. Bosh, 2 bagels. What you got yourself, yeah? A nice meal. No excuse for not getting your meals in. And then, traditional, rice. Why does every bodybuilder eat rice?
Drum roll, please.
Digestibility. It digests super well. This is jasmine rice, even though it just has a tub that says rice on it. It is jasmine. I do have some basmati down there, but the reason why that's down there and this is up here is that didn't start digesting. It didn't digest too well. I don't know what happened to me, but I'm kind of like intolerant to basmati. So on to the jasmine. I'm like a stallion eating this. It's unbelievable. And that goes down beautiful. Now, there are some other things we can try and chop up our carbohydrate intake where, as we start to find it a little bit difficult to get all this carbs in and try and get it in, we can start to top things up a little bit with stuff like jam. I do have some honey in here as well, I haven't got out, really well prepared. Honey going in, So we've got stuff like honey, which is pretty easy to get in. And that's another thing. We could just sort of top up with easy carbs to get in. Obviously, they're a little bit quicker release sort of carbohydrates, so your body will burn through them a little bit faster. So maybe with some of these meals, you may want a little bit of fats there, sort of slow that release of energy. We also got to think a bit of micronutrients and also fiber. So got to have some fruit in your diet. If you have a big meal and then you eat a little bit of pineapple, stuff like the bromelain in is going to help break down that food a little bit. So there's a little bit of science behind why we would use a little bit of fruit or certain fruits with certain meals. Fats, role of some fats going in. So we obviously have already got some saturated fats going in from the beef, and the eggs, but we're also going to want to get some polys and monos, all these good stuff for your poofa and moofa, as John Jewett puts it very nicely. We've got some nut butter. I love this nut butter. 100% nut butter as well, 100% nuts. I don't have any nuts because of all the gear I've taken. Really good to be getting fat in. Nuts, you've got whole nuts, you could use dark chocolate, all these certain things to make it a little easier, but this is what I'm doing. You can't beat a peanut butter and jam fucking sandwich to polish your night off. You've got to watch the full day of eating video to see that, haven't they, Ben? That's it. Maybe we'll put a little card on there so you guys don't like I'm doing the work for you. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, there is other things to get fats in. You can see a really nice thing. Extra virgin olive oil, as food does start to get tapered up, we will obviously can taper some calories with certain things like extra virgin olive oil. Fats can slow your digestion down. So if you are pushing your fats up quite a bit, you may find yourself a little bit lethargic, quite hard for food to sort of digest. So just be careful if you end up just sloshing a lot of that shit on a couple of tablespoons or 20 grams here, that, etc. And then finding yourself being a bit like this after meals. All this food looks great. We've got some great options. Hopefully it's helped some of you guys and think, oh yeah, right, sweet. But you're gonna get to a point where your food gets high. What are you gonna do then? Oh yes. Low fat sauce going in to make things good and interesting, or keep things in a good place so you can keep getting your food in, especially towards the back end. You may want to start using a little bit of low fat sauce. Now the low fat one, because we don't want to be adding too much fats, also a low sugar one, because we don't want to be getting a lot of calories just from sauce. Push that surplus a little bit too much, you may be putting a little bit too much timber on, and then you've got to diet that fucker off. It's just going to make your process of dieting and then push it back up a little bit harder. So just be conscious of that when you are picking your sauce, especially if you're going for those cheeky little barbecue. You know which one I'm talking about? Cheeky barbecue. It is fucking pure sugar. So just be careful of that one. Last one. Now the reason why I've left this to last is because ideally you want to go for a whole food approach. And that's coming from someone who's sponsored by a supplement company. But you do want to try and get whole foods in, as it's going to be important. But let's be realistic. You've got a job, you work a 9 to 5, you work a split shift, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, you're going to probably need some whey protein, because it's going to make getting your meals in, or getting your protein intake in, really easy. Great protein source. You've got a whey isolate, very low fat, low carb, an easy way of getting that protein intake, which is super important. And also you can get, you know, all these different kinds of flavors. You get chocolate. You can tell I'm a chocolate person. I've got salted caramel. If you're feeling real fruity, chocolate coconut. You can see the running theme going here. A whole food approach is going to be your first port of call, but I'm realistic. You're probably going to be doing 2 shakes a day if you're pushing the gas, maybe even 3 if you're really pushing it, maybe even 4 if you are finding it really hard and you are someone like a delivery driver or something like that. Needs are a must. You need to get that food in. Last bit is fluids. Water. You can see Ben's got his fluids today. What's in this?
Squash, apple and strawberry.
Oh, mate, well, that sounds all right. That sounds all right. I'll let you off. I'm more of the tropical kind of guy. Anyway, so fluids. Why fluids important? Well, if we want all these carbohydrates and all this food to travel to the area we want, we need to make sure that we're hydrated. Hydration, obviously sodium and water, is key for obviously nutrients being flushed around the body. And if you think about carbohydrate, we need to be hydrated in order for it to go around. It's kind of in the name. So make sure you get your fluids in as well. As Ben's done today, he's filming around mine. Big 1.5 litre with him, so he's not missing. As you can see, he probably needs to put the camera down and start drinking. So on that note, we will finish this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Until the next time, get massive. Sweet.